Afternoon, everybody. Clint Endersby with the Mount Compass Market Report for the 10th of September. A few less cattle today, only 300, just a flick over 300 yarded. The job was fully firm on last week. Even though we didn't have so many cattle, the cattle we had here, we had some good runs of supplementary fed cattle, and the quality was good throughout the whole yarding. Our bulls today, fully firm on last week, had our 1,000 kilo plus bulls. As long as they're good and shapy, making up to $4.30 consistently. Some lighter bulls and dairy breeds down to $3.80. Only a few of them, but they're still very strong. Into the cows, we again, not as many cows as what we have been having, but the cows we did have there were some good cows in amongst them. They sold out to $4.30, and if they're 600 odd kilos, 600 plus kilos, you're consistently going to make in that $4 to $4.30 bracket. Even the medium run of cows now, $3.70 through to $4. That job was very strong, and not many light cows this week, and less of those lighter cows making less than $3, but only a few of them to quote, and most of them have their issues and pass their time. The steers today, a lot of supplementary fed steers, everything in that sort of 480 to 550 kilo bracket. They were good trade steers, mainly Angus steers coming off grain, the milks and two tooth. They sold from 480 out to $5, but consistently around that 490 to $5. Heifers today, they were right there with them. There was really no change, but price difference between the steer and the heifer today. We had 15 good heifers there. There were Angus heifers off the feed, 550 odd kilos for out to $4.92 or $3. Exactly the same price as the steers. Once we got into the feeders, very few feeders to quote. The ones that were there, around the $4.80 for the good steers, and heifers around that $4.50 to $4.60. But ones and twos just scattered through the market. There's no real lines of them to quote, and there was no lines to really push those boundaries today. Little cattle returning back to the paddock. Few more people chasing that type of thing now. Some neat, well-bred little lines of 200 to 250 kilo Angus steers getting up around that $6 mark. They're sisters of them around the $5 and a little bit more. Again, if you come off of those genuine lines of cattle and you're back into the ones and twos, we're sort of around that $5 to $5.20 or $30 for a steer, and somewhere around the $4.40 to $4.50 for the heifers for the well-bred types to go back to the paddock. We had one run of Friesian steers in there today, 63 in the line. They were 340 something kilos there, and they made $3.49. The lines of cattle are definitely taking the preference and getting the higher prices. And the market, with the lesser numbers, there's just a few less of those store cattle returning back to the paddock, and they're the ones everybody's chasing just at the moment. But kill cattle very strong, cows were solid. Fully firm market on last week, maybe just a fraction stronger. So we'll put a few more together and we'll see you next week. Thanks.